Hey guys, welcome back to another build video. And in this one I wanted to show one of my favorite ways to play mid-range from behind cover, which is to use an LMG with the ongoing Directive gear set. And I paired this one up with one of my favorite modifiers this season, which is Sanitation, and now this hits harder than ever. With this one you're going to constantly set enemies on fire and causing them to bleed, and it's really powerful and super fun to play. So with that, let's take a look. Alright, so this build is 4-piece ongoing Directive, the Tinker Mask, and a piece of Bellstone. So let's look at the ongoing Directive stuff first. So this gives plus 15% status effect, 30% reload speed, and the 4-piece bonus is Rules of Engagement. So basically killing an enemy with a status effect applied, which is pretty much going to be everybody, will give you hollow point ammo, which amplifies your weapon damage by 20%. So my chest has weapon damage, crit damage, and I have a crit damage mod on here. And this has the talent Parabellum Rounds, which increases your hollow point ammo amplification to 50%. Then for the gloves, I have weapon damage, crit damage, the knee pads, weapon damage, crit damage, and the holster, weapon damage, crit chance. Then for the mask, I'm using the Tinker. This has weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and I have a crit damage mod on here. And this has the talent Abridged. And this is how you get 2 talents on your primary weapon. Then for the backpack, I'm going with the Liquid Engineer. This is my favorite high-end piece when I need just a little boost of defense. It's a piece of Bellstone. It gives 1% armor regen. Mine has armor, crit chance, crit damage, and I have a crit chance mod on here. This has the talent Perfect Bloodsucker. So killing an enemy adds a stack of 12% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stacks is 10. And Liquid Engineer is a Dark Zone item, so you can get it in the Dark Zone or you can get it in named caches. But if you don't have this, you can also just use a regular piece of Bellstone and then run regular Bloodsucker on here. The only difference is it's going to be 10% bonus armor instead of 12. Then also in this case, I'm going to be using Technician instead of Gunner, so I don't have any armor on kill. So instead, you could also run a piece of Palisade for this 10% armor on kill. Then for the weapons, you can use whatever non-named, non-exotic weapons you want. But for me, my primary weapon is going to be the GR9. The secondary doesn't matter, I'm just using it for the talent. But for the GR9, mine has 15 expertise. This has LMG damage, damage targets out of cover, and crit chance. And then I rolled the talent Ignited on here. So Ignited amplifies weapon damage by 25% to burning enemies. So when you have 3 stacks of Sanitation, this is going to be pretty much every enemy you shoot at. Then for the mods, this has crit chance, which you can't change. Then I have crit damage, crit chance, and crit damage. Then for the secondary, I'm using the talent Sadist. So this amplifies weapon damage by 30% to bleeding enemies. And since the ongoing Directive gear set gives you bleed ammo, this is going to be up pretty much 100% of the time. So normally for most builds, I don't like swapping weapons. It's just not a playstyle that I like. But for this mid-range behind cover style, I don't actually mind swapping weapons. So with this one, I'm using the Busy Little Bee. So for the Busy Little Bee, the attributes don't really matter because you're not actually using this for damage. You're using this for the talent, which is Busy Little Bee. So each shot to a different target will give 1 stack up to 10. Each stack will give 20% weapon damage increase. Now, in most cases, especially if you just play solo PVE like I do, you're never going to get 10 stacks in actual gameplay. Unless you're specifically trying to for some reason. Normally it's going to be like 1 or 2 stacks. But even if you just tag 1 or 2 enemies, this is going to be a huge damage boost. So right here I've got an enemy spawn coming down the escalator and I tagged 2 enemies and now I'm heading 2.5 million to the body. Almost 3.4 million to the head. And then right here, busy little bee drops off, and you can see I hit about 2.1 million to the body. So pretty big damage increase for just 2 stacks. Then for the skills, I'm going with the Incinerator Turret and Precision Smart Cover. So for the Incinerator Turret, I'm going to be using this because the Sanitation explosion radius is only 20 meters. So if you don't have enemies that close and you only hit, say, 1 or 2, this is a good way to get that third enemy on fire to get the 3 stacks of Sanitation. So my turret is tier 1 because I'm using the Specialization Technician. This has 12 expertise, and I have no mods in this. For the second skill, it's Precision Smart Cover. This gives 40% weapon handling, 21% damage to targets out of cover. Mine has 15 expertise in here, and for the mods I have cooldown and damage to targets out of cover. Then for the modifiers, I'm using Sanitation. Mine is level 5. So at 2 stacks you're going to get armor repair, 3 stacks critical hits inflict burning on enemies. And then down here you want this to be at least level 3. So 5 stacks, each kill on a burning enemy adds 3 seconds to the duration. So if you're at level 3, you can get this going up to several minutes at a time instead of this 55-second duration. Then for the passives, I'm using Rupert's Tear and Keep Out. I'm pretty much using these two all season. Then normally I'd be running Stepping Stone for the hollow point ammo, but since ongoing directive gives you hollow point ammo, there's no reason to run that. So I'm just running Compromised. Then for the stats, I have 53.5% crit chance, 149% crit damage, 900,000 armor, 0 armor on kill, and 9,000 armor regen. Then for the specialization, I'm using Technician, mainly for this +1 skill tier, so that I can get the extra 7% damage to targets out of cover with the Precision Smart Cover. And then make sure you have whatever weapons you're using selected here for an extra 15% weapon damage. So that's the build, guys. Try it out, let me know what you think. So far this season, Sanitation has easily been one of my favorites. It's right up there with Spiced Up for me. So my question to you guys is, what's been your favorite modifier this season? Leave a comment down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Reinforcements incoming. Incoming hostiles detected. Heavily armored hostile detected.
Watch out, there's a kill squad in the area. Kill squad down.
Reinforcements en route. Detecting additional hostile contacts. Heavily armored hostile detected.